Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to NerdTube. We are doing some fan film reactions. Today, we're going to be watching Outbreak, a fan film made by These Are the Voyages, a Star Trek series production. Okay, so with me today is cousin Cheeto. How you doing?
Hanging in there, looking to keep on trekking on.
Yeah, and Gary, how you doing?
I'm all right.
And last but by no means least, Major Rage. How you doing?
Doing great. Proud to be here.
Thank you very much, mate. So, without further ado, this is a film that came out just yesterday, believe it or not. So, let's watch it and let's talk about it after we finish seeing it. You guys ready?
What is ready?
All right, then let's go.
50312.5. The Explorer has been ordered to the Ardea system in response to an emerging humanitarian crisis. Ardea 2 has been battling a deadly plague which is now sweeping through its population.
I love the new
While a
class.
highly advanced civilization, the Ardeans have adopted a strict policy of isolationism for over a century, something which makes their plea for help even more concerning.
Ooh,
That's
fancy.
nice, yeah. Uniforms are pretty good too.
You hit in. Oh, they're all being bruised up.
They're not
Domestic
wearing
abuse.
biomonitors.
I think they probably have a disease.
Uh-huh.
I think
Yeah,
that's
very
the
cool.
actual Voyager theme.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
close, but it's off by a little bit.
Wow.
If not, CBS will let us know.
They were required.
I warned you of the dangers of bringing outsiders to our world once again, Governor.
Can we arrange biomonitors
It's a
for
nice
our guests,
jacket.
please?
Of course, Governor.
And make sure you charge them to their ship.
I can assure you our ship is a sterile environment and our entire away team was put through a thorough medical exam before we left.
I'm sure that is the case on your ship, Commander, but it is a government regulation that everyone wears a biomonitor on Ardea. We'll make sure to pass that information on to Starfleet next time.
If there is a next time.
If
Allow
there
me
is
to
a
introduce our
next time.
government medical advisor and CEO of Unicorp. And I
Special
am the
guest
governor
Kate
of
Elder.
Ardea. It was I who reached out to the Federation on this matter.
Your people must be struggling to contain this virus if you made the decision to break a century's worth of isolation, Governor.
Between us, the situation is dire. The virus has spread across the planet, and despite our best efforts, we have failed to slow down the rate of infection. In 3 days, it will spread to every continent and wipe out millions. I am prepared to do whatever it takes to save my people.
My understanding from your report, Governor, was that this virus resembles a similar one your planet faced before.
And began our exile from the rest of the galaxy, yes. A century ago, my people ventured to the stars, just like yours, only they returned with an alien virus that ravaged our entire population.
But you managed to cure it.
Maintain it. There is no cure. It was Immunicorp that discovered that concentrated gamma radiation could keep the virus at bay.
Oh,
The
get old
Explorer
banner on the
detected
scene.
low-level radiation being emitted from the ring. It caused interference with our communications and transporter. It's why we had to travel over by shuttlecraft.
There are some minor inconveniences, but that's the price the population pays for their health. Immunicorp provides anti-radiation medication and protective wear to those working in highly concentrated areas.
No offense, but clearly 100 years of gamma radiation bombardment has left your society with some severe consequences.
Well, vanity aside, the radiation has caused extinction to all native species on the planet's surface and laid waste to any crops we once grew. Everything we eat is produced on the ring,
God, she's
All
taking it
provided
quite
by
well.
Immunicorp.
at the taxpayer's expense.
Yeah. Awkward.
Yes, well, if you could provide us with a sample of the viral strain, any lab work you have, and case studies of
I'm
every...
sorry, but that information is the intellectual property of Immunicorp and cannot be taken off our premises.
Oh, she's the bad guy. They made
She's
it.
got
They
full
made
Karen.
I think the allegory
In the
here is
interest
going
of
to
the
be
governor's
for-profit
decision,
medicine
we have assigned a
bad.
research laboratory on board the ring for your use.
Well, the thing
That's
is,
nice.
by
Bring us
the
all this
accents,
way
is
and
either
tell us
British
when
or
we're
it's
testing.
Australian.
I would like you to work together with the
So the
Immunicorp
universal
side.
healthcare in both
No
those
one else
countries.
knows this virus better.
I think it's UK because he sounds more Cockney than he does Australian.
Yep.
I've already arranged for several infected patients from the service to assist us in our research.
Our research? I thought you were the receptionist.
I am, at the moment, but
Oh,
I'm also a
Minicorp.
graduate in molecular
Corp.
genetics. I'll be assisting you in your research today.
Just weird to see
Excited.
corporations again.
We have been operating on a skeleton
Doctor.
crew since the virus broke out on Ardea. Any risk to the health of the ring's workforce could mean further disaster to our shareholders.
And the wider population, I'm sure.
I shall be returning to the surface shortly. I'm late for a press conference and our media is relentless.
Of course.
I wish you success, Commander. Both of you. For all our sakes.
Is this disease like? Is it
You'd like to
contagious?
follow me.
And why are these people not worried about?
Because they're
Getting
Starfleet.
it.
They're immune to everything.
And Karen over there, she ain't fucking got a blemish on her.
Probably because she has the cure and they're not.
We booked out the space for you to work in today.
They're not giving it out because
Thank you,
it's
you
a
may go.
multi-million-dollar industry.
I'll be right over here.
Or I'm
should
sorry,
you require anything
multi-billion-dollar
further.
industry.
Thank you, Mom. I'm sure your people appreciate the diverted expenditure to help us find a cure. We're not going to get anywhere here if you keep antagonizing her.
She's done.
You were chosen because you're the best on our ship. Start acting like it.
Talking about not being inconspicuous
Right,
when you're
well,
talking to
we
each
should begin
other.
by taking a tissue sample.
Computer, take a tissue sample from the subject in quarantine field 1.
Efficient.
It's company policy, but the Mini-computer can perform most tests and scans without the need to breach the quarantine field. This is a sample we have on file of the off-worlder virus.
Same virus.
And in the current strain, seems to have developed a resistance to the radiation it's been bombarded with for the last century, adapting to survive.
Consequences of not finding a cure. I'll collect the other 2 samples.
So, where are all the other scientists? Working from home? You'd think with an outbreak of this scale, Immunicorp would have as many people as possible working on a solution.
Oh, they do. They're just in the advanced research labs. CO is very focused on a breakthrough using a radiation treatment.
Seems like poor management to focus on one kind of solution, considering how fast this strain is spreading.
Worked in the past.
Well, that kind of attitude, I can see why the governor asked us here for a second opinion. It's very stuffy in here.
It's the particulate air filters. The high intensity to make sure infection doesn't leave the laboratory. Water?
Immunicorp too.
They have treatment plants on board the ring that process water from the surface.
Very big on branding, aren't they?
Immunicorp are very important to Ardean society. They provide literally hundreds of thousands of jobs to the population.
Well, you're the most highly qualified receptionist I've ever met.
Layoffs, I'm lucky to still have a job here.
Why are there genetic sequences missing from this file?
I'm not sure. I can't seem to access anything beyond the screen.
I'm afraid that is because the information does not exist. Medical science has advanced significantly on our world as a result of the off-worlder virus. But the technology of our ancestors was not capable of capturing all the data you're looking for.
Without that information, we're virtually starting at square one.
An unfortunate oversight.
Very. Unless I need a tissue sample from a non-infected Ardean. Oh,
I like
you're
it.
older than our patients. The genetic code of the original virus should still be in your bloodstream.
We had that information on file.
Well, given the existing gaps, I just couldn't be too sure. And I'm sure you can appreciate the importance of up-to-date information in a crisis situation.
Of course. If you'll excuse me.
I have to go talk to the board of directors.
Was that really necessary?
Yes.
No,
It
shut
made me
up,
feel
Peter.
better.
Beardo.
Is this normal? This in your typical Ardean bloodstream?
I don't think so. Ow.
I'm
Sorry,
liking her.
Mr.
I'm
Springer.
liking her a lot.
Yeah, right?
And look,
Yeah.
this
Loads
is
of
present in your
medical
bloodstream
violations I've
is
seen
in
here,
years.
like, taking blood without permission.
She knows something's afoot and she's not fucking around. I like her.
Capable of fighting off the original virus.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe she developed some kind of natural immunity over time.
Look at the digital
Yes, it's
signature,
natural
though. It
immunity.
seems to be some kind of vaccine. And it appears to have been re-administered within the last few weeks.
That's not possible. If Immunicorp discovered a vaccine, surely they would have distributed to the whole population.
Surely they would have distributed it.
Sell a vaccine while the whole world life.
Copper, those in the back.
Unicorp wouldn't do that. The people of Ardia would never allow it. I've lost friends to this virus. Everyone has.
This talk is only going to cost me my job.
I thought you were here to save lives, not your career progression.
I am.
Your people are reliant on Immunicorp. Think about it. Who provides you with the anti-radiation drugs?
Immunicorp, but that's only because it's the ring that emits radiation to the surface. They have to take some kind of accountability.
Accountability! The radiation has damaged every living thing on your planet. They should be writing you an insurance check.
That's not the...
Who provides your drinking water?
Immunicorp.
What about your food?
Immunicorp.
And who employs you?
Immunicorp.
And where do you live?
On the ring.
Which is run by... Do you not see where I'm going with this?
Like a 19th century company village.
Look, I know this is a lot to take in right now, but your people have to wake up and realize that Immunicorp is the problem here.
Next thing you're going to tell me it's Immunicorp that manufactured the virus as well.
Okay, well, I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist.
But
Look, I'm
when
sure
money's
that
involved,
back
I
in
don't-
the day,
I don't doubt it.
Immunicorp was just trying to do the best they could with the resources they had available. But then they chose to put profit over the health of their people.
System failure. Oh, I thought like the
man.
station was going to be.
The convulsion is amazing.
Going into cardiac arrest, deactivate the force field.
I can't. It's against quarantine procedures.
We can't save this patient from behind a force field.
I'm sorry, but it's against Immunicorp policy.
He looks like a young
We can
Chris
expose the whole
Evans.
ring to the virus.
A little bit.
I could lose my job.
You won't even be alive to have a job if we don't stop this virus now. Start here. Save this person.
Wait. I'm far more expendable than you at the moment.
Sir.
That's an order. Do it.
They've all been exposed the moment the shield goes down.
Hyperspray, 5 cc's quarter.
Well, I mean, they don't necessarily need to be exposed. If it went down that quick and back up.
No effect.
Cortical
I
stimulator.
don't know, maybe.
Set it to 20 millijoules.
Ready.
Like they're
Yeah,
right in
just
close
depends on-
proximity. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah,
they're
maybe
fucking
you
miles
don't
away.
need to be like,
Increase to 25 again.
But if they're using like filters and stuff, I mean, they lower the shield for a second, then raise it back up. It may not have
Stabilizing.
spread.
Use the pulmonary scanner. I want to run a respiratory series.
Oh, now he's gone.
You coughed a lurgy on your hand.
He's boned.
Uh-oh, no next episode for you, mate.
He's a red shirt too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that usually the next generation being.
Yeah, I know that. I know. Normally, next generation red shirts are yellow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking this episode.
Me too.
Yeah, the medic is making it enjoyable.
Confirm the fast-acting nature of this virus. Fever's in full force. Feel the muscle pain starting.
There's a hyperspray of Metarapan in the med kit.
How are you coming along?
Using the CEO's antibodies, we've been able to develop an antigen that provokes an immune response in the RD and DNA to fight off the virus.
Good work. The sooner you can get this synthesized, the better. I speak from experience.
Uh-oh. Karen.
What's going on? I've been monitoring your progress, and it seems you've had a breakthrough.
Yes, we think we've come up with an antigen for the virus.
Thank you for your hard work. We'll pass on your findings to the advanced research teams for further study.
You should be thanking yourself. It came from your bloodstream. Or should we be thanking Immunicorp?
As I said, well done. You can return to your ship. We'll take it from here.
One of the humans has become infected.
We'll arrange to have him brought to your shuttle.
We can't move him while he's infectious. We need to synthesize a treatment before he can leave.
No one will administrate the implement until further testing can be completed.
Hang on.
We're going to make it
You said
very
you're
clear we're
monitoring our
evil.
Does that mean you saw the power failure earlier? You saw us risk our lives for that man. Did you orchestrate that? You see the lengths Immunicorp will go to protect its secret?
Return to your administration duties. You heard me. Or maybe a redundancy is in order.
Risked the lives of every Ardian.
Nonsense.
The mutations present have rendered radiation treatment useless. This is our only available solution. Or should we be passing this information to the governor?
I will not have the governor inspired by false hope.
Oh, but you're happy to continue to sell useless anti-radiation
Where are they
drugs
going?
to your citizens?
I gave you the option to leave. You missed your chance. Metacomputer, initiate emergency lockdown procedures. Code yellow.
Those guards felt like they
Open
left
communications with
prematurely.
the Explorer.
No, all off-world transmissions have to be approved by the CEO. The governor's on our internal system, but I can only access that at my desk in reception.
There has to be a way out of here somehow.
The particulate air filters. I had to arrange them to be installed by external engineers. If we cut through the filter, we can get out using the ventilation system.
Stand back.
It's perfectly simple, Captain. Starfleet's presence is no longer necessary. Now please respect our isolationism, and Immunicorp will handle the rest of the crisis. Look, we appreciate all your crew has done, and Immunicorp is willing to share its viral engineering technology for your inconvenience. I'll even waive the licensing fee.
We're not going anywhere until I speak to the governor and see my people on the ring.
I'm sorry you don't recognize a good deal when you see one, Captain.
You're holding members of my crew against their will, and I want them released immediately.
You're in no position to threaten me, Captain.
I don't make threats, but I do keep promises. And I promise to cause you more trouble than you bargained for. End transmission.
Launch the ships!
Release the Kraken. Oh. Oh yeah. Pew
Yeah,
pews.
pew
Got the pews.
pews.
Quickly, patch the governor through. Governor, we have a vaccine for the virus.
That's excellent news. Well done.
But it was made using the antibodies from the bloodstream of the CEO herself. Immunicorp have had a cure for the virus this whole time.
Of what? I don't believe it.
I don't
We
believe it.
don't
You're
have time to
breaking
go
up.
into it now, but you
She's
have to
paid off
trust
and
us.
she's in on
The
it.
CEO has taken our research and thrown the entire ring into lockdown.
Immunicorp have shut down all space elevators to all government buildings too. Without spacecraft, we have no way of reaching you from the surface. You have to apprehend the CEO. Immunicorp must be made to answer for all the suffering they have caused.
We'll do
That
our
would have been
best.
more realistic if she was too, as a politician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But she is sick,
Yes.
so she's probably worried about her own skin.
The Federation is putting up one hell of a fight. They're not leaving the system.
I don't care. Destroy them if you have to. Do whatever it takes. CEO out.
But CEO...
CEO out. That's like her name.
I think that's how she was credited.
I will kill every person in this universe for some dollars.
The CEO's office is through that door.
We need to push
Look at all that
forward.
water.
Oh yeah.
They're just like standing there.
Little orderlies.
Like, don't go for cover or anything.
Oh god.
Come on!
Don't come any closer.
It's over. Call off your attack on the Explorer.
I said no closer.
You've got nowhere left to run. Immunicorp's secret has been exposed.
Don't be so sure. Immunicorp has a final contingency. A viral agent that can be flooded through the ring by the flick of the switch.
Affecting you and everyone else on board. How stupid is that?
As you've discovered, I'm already immune to its effects.
Immunicorp weaponized the off-world virus.
Sanctioned by the board to protect itself and its shareholders.
You may be able to silence the ring, but not the rest of your population.
We have enough incriminating evidence to prove to the people that you and Immunicorp are guilty of a massive deception to suppress discovery of a permanent cure in the name of profit.
And it's all being transmitted to the governor as we speak.
No, but it was the board that made this decision nearly 100 years ago. I'm only following their instructions.
Oh, here we go.
Well, then I'm sure you'll make the perfect scapegoat for the board. The person to blame for the biggest conspiracy your planet has ever seen. Especially if the murder of the most experienced medical personnel happens by your hand.
No.
Or you can be on the right side of history. The CEO that exposed the truth.
Immunicorp's reputation will be destroyed.
The population relies on Immunicorp, and they will rely on Immunicorp again for a cure, a permanent one.
And then
For the
you
top
can look
dollar.
to sharing your technology to cultivate crops, purify water, fabricate clothing at a discounted rate, to rebuild your society together.
There you go.
Immunicorp could do that.
Oh, it will. And it will do it under new management.
Me?
Him?
Why not? We're good at everything else. So what do you say? One last good deed before an early retirement? Or should we let the governor speak to the media first?
I think we could work out a new contract.
First Officer's Log. Supplemental. The board of Immunicorp have been incarcerated, and the radiation barrage has been shut down in favour of a new approach to healthcare. Immunicorp's influence coloured every aspect of life for the Ardeans, from food to fashion, and sweeping repercussions will be felt by all as their society rebuilds. But for now, care for the population is in order.
And Dorian.
Yeah.
That's official. 1 million vaccinations in 24 hours.
Wow, just them two.
Time for a break.
Time for a holiday. How are you feeling, Commander?
Much better.
Did they shoot
Thanks
that guy?
to Immunicorp.
You'll be pleased to know that the government will be opening 6 new vaccination centres in the next few hours.
We're just waiting on news from Immunicorp's new general manager about the latest batch of antigen, and we'll be ready to ship it to the surface.
Thank you, both of you. You've given my people a future.
A future I hope the Federation could be a part of, Governor.
Wouldn't be a Starfleet mission without diplomacy.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we got anything else. No. So, I'll be the first to start here.
Turn it,
Say,
damn, it's really loud. Turn it down.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me deal with that.
I could barely hear you.
No problem. Yeah, this was alright. Cheesy, funny at times, laughing at it and with it. Did like the female protagonist a lot. She was very endearing to me. I liked her style. Interesting plot to a degree. It was all right. Yeah, not bad. I'll give it a rating.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds promises to be a return to the storytelling style.
Let's get rid of that. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this. Right length as well. Acting was okay. You know, yeah. I might have some more thoughts and stuff like that, but I'll pass it to you, Mage. What do you think?
Overall, I liked it. The allegory was a good one. A little heavy-handed, but I mean, Star Trek allegories usually are a little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
It's very much in the spirit of the show. It's obvious that the people who made it are big fans. Like you said, Zam, acting's a little stiff at times, but overall, really good. Good quality dialogue for the most part. I liked it. I'd give it a 7.
Gary?
I really liked it as well. There's a little bit of cheesiness and a bit of camera work that needed finessing, like they'd cut to people who were actually talking. And I don't recall that in the show. They'd actually have more people in if they needed to be in there. But I thought it was well done. You know, it's something that we can all influence about, which is about healthcare. And I liked the fact, I mean, the thing is, the main villain, if we could call her that, was a little bit, you know, mustache twirling a little bit. She's like, I am going to imprison you in the medical bay now. Wahahaha. She might as well have done that. But, you know.
You're muted, boss man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I thought overall really good. There's some stuff that I would change, but I'll go with the same one what Mage just gave them. I'll give it a 7.
Cheeto?
I really like this. As you guys know, I mean, I work in healthcare and I see a lot of this kind of stupid stuff in healthcare all the time. So I feel like this kind of spoke to me a little bit more than you guys maybe. I do agree that there was a little cheese to it. There was a little bit of a camera angle issues. But I'm probably going to give it an 8 out of 10. I almost, when it first ended, I wanted to give it a 9 out of 10, but listening to Bossman and Mage a little bit, I'm like, okay, I taper off my personalness in it a little bit and kind of looking back at it, you know, from an objective point of view. Yeah. But I definitely would still give it an 8 out of 10. It was definitely a good message. The lead actress, the lead doctor was very good, very, very good. I liked her the whole time. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of everything you want from a fan film. It's got Trek at heart. It's got Trek all throughout it, and you're immersed in Trek in it. So even the beginning credits and the pew pews were nice, and there was some suspense there with the space combat. The CGI looked really good. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
Okay, do you guys remember an episode of TNG where these people wanted this particular cure, and it wasn't actually a cure. It was
a drug.
It was a drug because they had an addiction, and obviously the Starfleet were in a very precarious position because should they get involved in this or shouldn't they get involved in this and all of that sort of bollocks. But it reminded me of that particular episode, and that's the sort of vibe I was getting out of this. But this was still very, very enjoyable. Nevertheless, the Doctor saved this for me. If it wasn't for her, I might have given it a lower mark. But she made this very palatable, and I appreciated her performance and the way she went about things. She was the most natural of all the characters, including the evil Karen, who did a good job as well, by the way. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. All right, so that's our opinion and our review of this particular fan film. Anything more to say, fellas? No? All right, then. We're going to boldly go where most people have gone before. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.